The richest man hired me to keep his daughter from getting bullied at school. He even offered me 1,000,000 yen to protect her in secret. I did it for the money. I had to follow her around with zero pride or boundaries, but Yao Xiaotian had no idea about the deal. She simply saw me as a pathetic simp. Then I finally made enough money. I deleted all her contact information and disappeared. That was when she started to panic. The butler tossed a huge bag onto the table. Graduation is coming. Stay away from Miss Yao Xiaotian. Our deal ends here. I unzipped the bag. Stacks of cash spilled all over the floor. Halfway through counting it, I froze. I suddenly realized the most important part of what he had said. So that means I'm finally free? I won't have to trail Yao Xiaotian everywhere anymore? And I won't have to take care of her, right? That's right. It had all started 2 years earlier. The richest man's daughter enrolled at our high school. She was beautiful, elegant, and distant. She was also quiet and emotionally reserved. To me, she was basically a clueless little goose. Still, countless people chased after her. They were all obsessed with her beauty. They kept coming one after another. Unfortunately for them, it was hopeless. Every last one was crushed by her cold indifference. Some took the "if I can't have her, no one can" approach. Rumors about her spread everywhere. When Mr. Yao heard about it, he took action. He donated an entire building to the school. The rumors disappeared overnight. Even so, he still worried about his daughter's school life. He couldn't exactly post 2 bodyguards outside her classroom. While he was struggling to find a solution, one appeared. He found my profile. That put me directly on Mr. Yao's radar. I had martial arts training. My family was poor. My grades were good. I was also in Yao Xiaotian's class. We immediately struck a deal. He would pay me. In return, I would take good care of his daughter. Everyone would walk away happy. There was only one downside to the job. It made me look like the biggest simp in school. I never backed down, no matter how coldly she treated me. I kept treating her well with zero pride or boundaries. To this day, I was the only person who had stuck it out. I thought I would have to keep playing the simp. I expected it to last until graduation. Then everything suddenly changed yesterday. A gang leader from another school showed up. The moment he saw Yao Xiaotian, he became obsessed. He completely lost his mind over her. He planned to use his gang to force her to accept him. There was no way I could let that happen. Nobody was allowed to hurt my client. I took down more than 10 of those thugs. Then the Yao family's bodyguards arrived and took Xiaotian away. They also cleaned up the scene. Unexpectedly, I got a call the next morning. Mr. Yao informed me that he was ending our deal. Honestly, it barely affected me. Yao Xiaotian was not my only client. Besides, by the end of the month, I would be set. I would finally have enough money for college. I stuffed the entire 1,000,000 won into a duffel bag. The butler stared uneasily at my bruised lip. He genuinely thought I was obsessed with money. "Are you really that desperate for cash?" He watched me walk toward the door. Before I left, he asked one final question. "Did you ever like Miss Yao Xiaotian?" I opened the private room's door. I answered sincerely. I love every one of my clients. They're all walking ATMs to me. Call me again if you ever have another job like this. The door closed behind me. The butler shook his head helplessly. He had truly never met anyone like me before. Usually anyone labeled a simp became a laughingstock. Naturally, everyone would exclude and mock them. But I was always smiling and never seemed bothered. Monday soon arrived. I no longer had to wake up 30 minutes early. I did not have to make Yao Xiaotian breakfast anymore. Just thinking about it put a smile on my face. Yao Xiaotian had a sensitive stomach. She was also a very picky eater. She had once passed out from low blood sugar. By pure coincidence, she collapsed right in front of me. She even fell to her knees at my feet. After learning she had low blood sugar and skipped breakfast, I acted. I tried making some porridge for her. I was already expecting a cold rejection. Maybe Miss Popular was tired of fancy food. She had probably eaten gourmet meals her entire life. For once, she tried some plain porridge and side dishes. To my surprise, she actually liked them. From that day forward, it became a routine. I got up 30 minutes early every morning. I brought her breakfast and she always paid for it. She gave me 100 wen every time. She might have been cold, but she was not a bad person. Thinking about Xiaotian, I walked into senior class 1. The entire classroom went silent when I entered. Everyone stared at the empty space behind me. Their reaction made perfect sense. From the moment Xiaotian entered the school gates, I was always there. My figure was never far behind her. For the rest of the day, I was like a human tracking device. I could locate her at any moment. Today, however, Xiaotian was nowhere near me. Naturally, the entire class was shocked. Did the sun rise in the west today? Did the simp finally grow a spine? Someone shouted a comment from the crowd. The whole class burst out laughing. I calmly swept my gaze across them. My voice remained completely casual. Ms. Lee will reach this floor in 10 seconds. Everyone's expression changed instantly. They quickly sat down in their seats. I shook my head with an amused smile. Kids our age cared more about pride than anything else. None of them ever stopped to think. So many people liked Yao Xiaotian. Why was I the only one she allowed to stay by her side? If Xiaotian genuinely did not want me around, she had options. She could have gotten rid of me in countless ways. But she never did. That meant my approach actually worked on her. I could not help sighing. The winning strategy had been spoon-fed to them. Yet they stubbornly refused to take a single bite. None of that mattered anymore. Whether she liked my approach was no longer my problem. I reached my seat and put down my backpack. My desk mate, Chen Haonan, hid behind a book. He was secretly eating a piece of bread. His eyes kept darting around nervously. He constantly watched the hallway for danger. Is Miss Lee really coming? I casually shrugged. I said I had not seen her, and Chen finally relaxed. Suddenly a piercing voice rang out. The sound made everyone's scalp tingle. The one true god of Senior Class 1 had arrived. Our homeroom teacher, Ms. Li Wanfang, entered the scene. Chen Haonan instantly froze. He stared at me in complete disbelief. "Take it outside and eat standing up," Ms. Li ordered. Chen trudged outside with his book. I grabbed my book and followed him out. The second we left the classroom, he moved closer. "Godfather," Chen Haonan whispered beside me. "Why didn't you come to school with Xiaotian today?" The moment he finished speaking, we heard something. A burst of hurried footsteps echoed from the stairwell. Chen Haonan looked over in surprise. The prettiest girl in school is actually late? Sure enough, someone appeared by the stairs. A tall and slender figure came into view. She stood out among the exhausted high school students. Yao Xiaotian looked as refreshing as a clear spring. Everyone at school mocked me for being a simp. But nobody had ever questioned my taste. At that moment, however, she looked a little rough. I quietly glanced at her. Her cheeks were flushed pink from running so hard. I lowered my head and calmly continued reading. The butler had randomly asked whether I liked Xiaotian. His question had not come out of nowhere. There had to be a reason behind it. Mr. Yao had probably told him to ask. After all, Mr. Yao was an overprotective father. He worried constantly about his daughter. He was terrified some punk would steal his precious baby girl, but I had already taken his money. That meant I would absolutely honor our agreement. The deal was over. I had to stay away from Yao Xiaotian. Chen Haonan squeezed beside me with a wicked grin. "Your goddess is here. Aren't you going to welcome her?" It was shocking enough that Xiaotian had arrived late. No wonder she had run here looking so flustered. I casually turned another page. "Isn't she everyone's goddess?" "You're welcome to go say hello yourself." Chen Haonan immediately shrank back. "She's way too beautiful." I wouldn't dare talk to her. Xiaotian's hair had loosened slightly while she ran. Just before stepping into the classroom, she noticed something. She saw me leaning against the wall and studying. Her brow furrowed almost imperceptibly. Then she walked into the classroom. Chen Haonan gave me a sympathetic look. "You're a good-looking guy," he said carefully. "You've been simping for her for over 2 years. She walked right past without even looking at you. Maybe you should give up on her." "Okay, I will." "I know you don't want to give up, but—" Chen Haonan suddenly froze in confusion. "Wait, you're giving up that easily?" I spent forever preparing a pep talk. I had a whole speech ready to comfort you. "No, this isn't how the script is supposed to go." Amusement filled my eyes. I patted Chen Haonan on the shoulder. "Is it really that shocking that I stopped simping?" "Yes, it's unbelievably shocking." Chen Haonan was completely stunned. He had heard countless rumors about me. People said I had simped without dignity or limits. Worst of all, Xiaotian had never seemed to appreciate it. That only made me look like an even bigger clown. I had always been unbelievably persistent. Now I had suddenly given up without a struggle. Chen Haonan touched his mouth thoughtfully. He muttered to himself, and I burst out laughing. Before today, all my attention had been on Xiaotian. I had never noticed how entertaining my deskmate was. Soon, a pair of rhythmic footsteps approached. I lowered my voice. "Xiaotian is coming out." Chen Haonan spun around with wide eyes. Sure enough, Xiaotian walked out holding a book. She was like a passing breeze. You could feel her presence but never hold on to her. This time, however, the breeze stopped beside me. I glanced at her from the corner of my eye. Her pale side profile looked calm and distant. I had no idea what I was supposed to say. Xiaotian silently stood beside me. Chen Haonan started getting anxious. His godfather had finally stopped being a simp. Was the prettiest girl in school about to reel him back in? Then something unexpected happened. A cool female voice said, "Good morning." Chen Haonan stared at Xiaotian as if he had seen a ghost. What the hell is going on? Xiaotian actually greeted Godfather first. Even I was a little surprised. In the end, I calmly replied, "Good morning." My indifferent response caught her off guard. Confusion appeared in Xiaotian's clear eyes. Normally, would I not start rambling by now? Why was I suddenly so quiet? I had genuinely saved her 2 days earlier. She thought she should be more proactive with her rescuer. With that thought, Xiaotian awkwardly asked a question. "Did you arrive really early today?" In the past, she saw me the moment she got out of the car. I would always be waiting at the school gates. She had always found me there. Even when she randomly arrived earlier than usual, I was waiting. She could always see my figure by the gate. Today, however, I had not been there. In fact, she had not seen me since the fight with the thugs. She had not received a single message from me. She came early today because she wanted to apologize. She waited at the school gate for a long time. She waited until she was late, but I never appeared. She wondered whether Xiaotou was badly injured and absent. The possibility immediately frightened her. Xiaotian started to panic. She quickened her pace. She planned to ask the homeroom teacher about me. Then she spotted me outside the classroom. She was relieved to see that I was fine. Xiaotian was unusually talkative today. Her behavior confused me. Still, I replied, "Not really." I arrived half an hour later than I used to. "I'll be coming at this time from now on." Xiaotian nodded. Her face showed no emotion. "I waited for you at the school gate. I thought your injuries were serious. I'm happy to see that you're okay." I gave Xiaotian a strange look. Her expression was as calm as still water. Yet she claimed she was happy for me. Strangely, her words sounded completely sincere. The thought made me smile. "No wonder your old suitors were so heartbroken." "They probably thought you were being sarcastic." Xiaotian blinked her beautiful eyes at me. Would they? I could not help laughing. She really was a clueless little goose. I nodded solemnly. I used to juggle studying with protecting Xiao Tian every day. I had always been insanely busy. I never had time to chat with her. Her other admirers were completely different. They constantly crowded around her. They were desperate to talk to her. No wonder everyone who chased Xiao Tian called her cold. Her brutally direct way of speaking could hurt from 10 feet away. Her words must have cut those people deeply. Suddenly I felt like I had figured everything out. That had to be the truth. Mr. Yao had taught his daughter music, art, and literature. But he had never taught her the art of conversation. Xiao Tian quietly lowered her eyes. She nodded, realizing I disliked her way of speaking. She still did not understand. Why was speaking clearly and directly considered a problem? Just then, someone interrupted us. Chen Haonan hesitantly spoke from beside us. Godfather, you two are acting strange. The way you two interact is different. It's nothing like the rumors at all. What did that O even mean? Is this some special code between you two? Why can't I understand any of it? I casually waved him away. It's nothing. Go play. Okay, Chen Haonan nodded blankly. He moved a little farther away from us. He looked at the chocolate in his hand. Then he looked at Demon Li inside the classroom. He suddenly became afraid to eat it. I smiled when I saw his hesitation. Secret eating requires courage and attention to detail. Xiao Tian kept staring at the book in her hands. Chen Haonan looked confused. I continued my explanation. Being brave is simple. You must dare to shove food into your mouth anytime, anywhere. Being careful means always checking whether the teacher is nearby. Chen Haonan could not hold back his laughter. So that's what you mean by brave and careful. Xiao Tian stared expressionlessly at her book, but the corner of her mouth curved up almost imperceptibly. What are you laughing at? Did you suddenly become number 1 in the grade? Demon Li's voice echoed throughout the entire floor. I suddenly felt some sympathy for her. Being our homeroom teacher could not have been easy. She practically needed supernatural powers to control us. Everyone get inside for class! Wait quietly for your subject teacher. Demon Li had spoken. We obediently returned to the classroom. Xiao Tian walked in front of us. Everyone in class kept glancing at her. Exceptional beauty attracted both boys and girls. Ever since Xiao Tian started high school, she had countless admirers. They included both older and younger boys. There were also plenty of girls. As Xiao Tian passed the podium, something changed. Her steps suddenly became slower. I thought about it for a moment. Then I realized something was wrong. Was her blood sugar dropping again? I could not let the school's prettiest girl collapse again. I definitely did not want her falling at my feet twice. I quickly snatched the chocolate from Chen Haonan. Then I firmly grabbed Xiao Tian's wrist. I pushed the chocolate into her mouth. Surprise filled Xiao Tian's watery eyes. The moment she tasted the sweetness, she understood. She obediently swallowed all of it. The dizziness in front of her eyes gradually faded. The class representative had always secretly liked Xiao Tian. He slammed the desk and jumped up. Xiao Tzu, what are you doing? Who gave you permission to touch a female classmate? I completely ignored him. I waited until Xiao Tian had fully recovered. Only then did I release her wrist. I put my hands in my pockets and walked to my seat. Hu Zhongzhong thought his scolding had worked. He immediately looked pleased with himself. He rushed to the podium to show his concern. Xiao Tian, are you okay? The other boys saw him make the first move. They could only watch helplessly. They were so jealous that they nearly cracked their teeth. Why did you yell at Xiao Che? Xiao Tian had fully recovered. Her pitch-black eyes stared directly at Hu Zhongzhong. Her expression was filled with confusion. Under her gaze, Hu Zhongzhong lost his confidence. He suddenly looked completely helpless. He touched your hand and took advantage of you. Xiao Tian calmly answered without changing her expression. He didn't. The entire classroom immediately erupted. Am I dreaming? Xiao Tian just said that many words. Wasn't Xiao Che supposed to be a one-sided simp? Holy crap. Did all that simping finally pay off? Is it too late for me to start simping now? Hu Zhongzhong had no idea what was happening. He opened his mouth to speak. Then he looked into Xiao Tian's eyes. Those eyes had never shown emotion for anyone. For some reason, he suddenly lost his nerve. Not everyone had the same courage I did. Move. Xiao Tian frowned slightly. Hu Zhongzhong froze in place. What did you say? You're blocking the way. She thought he seemed rather slow. Okay. Hu Zhongzhong's mind went completely blank. He immediately turned and moved aside. Godfather, you finally made it! Chen Haonan covered his mouth with one hand. He still had not recovered from the commotion. What exactly happened between you and Xiao Tian? She was actually defending you against Hu Zhongzhong. Ever since Xiao Tian first enrolled at this school, she's barely spoken. The most she ever said at one time was during a speech. That only happened a few times. She spoke after repeatedly ranking first in the entire grade. Today, she actually said all that just to defend you. I slowly raised my head. Xiao Tian's back was directly in front of me. I had deliberately chosen this seat. It allowed me to monitor her every movement. Her back was always perfectly straight. Even her sitting posture was flawless. Sometimes I genuinely wondered about Mr. Yao. Maybe he had no clue what he was doing. Perhaps he genuinely did not know how to raise a daughter. That was why he had raised her like an AI robot. I looked away from her. I calmly asked, what do you think happened between us? Chen Haonan had been waiting for that question. He immediately became excited. You must have confessed your love a few days ago. Then Xiao Tian heartlessly rejected you again. You wandered the streets drinking and smoking in misery. Finally, you had a life-changing realization. You decided to let go of everything and focus on studying. Your grades then started skyrocketing. Meanwhile, Xiaotian couldn't adjust to life without you. She suddenly realized she had loved you all along. Her pride had simply kept her from noticing it. I started coughing violently. To win your heart back, she did the unthinkable. She did all kinds of things that completely broke her character. She even got into a car crash and ended up in the ICU. You finally softened and forgave her. Then the two of you got back together. I quickly looked away. His entire story made my head spin. Where did you even read something like that? Chen Hanan proudly answered, The school hunk. Is the school hunk chasing his wife today? And young master, take care. No, the evil prince chases his wife. Wait, that voice didn't sound like Xiao Qi's? Chen Honan's voice suddenly stopped. Holy crap! Teacher!